Hello everyone, this is Armwrestling News. I'm Pradeep. Levan Saginashvili was recently interviewed by Engin Terzi. There were lots and lots of interesting and exciting stuff in that interview. Today we are going to talk about all of those interesting things, especially what Levan said about Devon Larratt. That was quite surprising and interesting for me as well. We are going to discuss all of that in a short time period, maybe 15 minutes. Then we are going to discuss some questions from the viewers, and then we'll end this live stream. So make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, and let's begin. So at first, Engin Terzi asked Levan Saginashvili about his personal life, and Levan said that he was going to meet his fiance, so he's traveling a lot in his car. So Levan Saginashvili will soon be getting married, which is good news. And Engin asked him, or maybe some fan asked him, if he would like his son to be an arm wrestler as well. To which Levan Saginashvili said that no, he doesn't want his. No, he didn't really say that he doesn't want his son to be an arm wrestler, but he did say that he wants his son to be a footballer. And if it is a daughter, he wants her to be a tennis player. So money games, money games, which is amazing. AMTV has joined, Lagia has joined, Jesus M has joined. Thank you very much for joining again, guys. Last live stream, I had to end it. It was kind of weird, no audio. So after that, Levan Saginashvili versus Denis Siplenkov. That was a big topic of discussion in that live stream, because Levan was asked by a fan if he thinks that Denis Siplenkov can beat Levan Saginashvili, and to which I kind of expected a political answer from Levan, but clearly there is a big beef between Levan and Georgia, and Denis Siplenkov. Maybe it is Georgia versus Russia, maybe it is just Levan versus Denis Siplenkov, but clearly there is some beef between these guys. And Levan Saginashvili said that Denis Siplenkov can only beat me in the dreams of his fans, which was a very aggressive answer. And I like it. Like, I like clear, aggressive answers where there is no political correctness at all. So after that, there was some more discussion about the same topic. Somebody asked him if Levan Saginashvili is willing to have both hammers at his place. He already has the right-handed hammer which he took from Devon Larratt at King of the Table 4. Would he like to get the left-handed hammer as well? He should compete against Denis Siplenkov. And he said that his tendon rupture in the wrist of left arm is still hurting him a lot. He's probably only 50-60% of what he used to be, or what he could have been right now. So Levan has absolutely no intention at all of competing in the left-handed division. This is why he's already kept out of the left-handed rankings, but many people still complain that why Levan isn't in the top 5 on the left arm rankings, because he has clearly said that he doesn't want to compete on the left arm, only on the right arm. And then he was asked about, can Denis Siplenkov really make a comeback in arm wrestling to the level, at a level where he was before his sickness in 2019, when he was just scheduled to pull Levan Saginashvili. And then Levan Saginashvili said something interesting. Well, this time he was being more respectful towards Denis Siplenkov. He said that Denis Siplenkov is already really good, or maybe not so much respectful, because he said that he's not giving us the whole picture. His team is hiding something from us. He knows that Denis is already good. And this is something that I talked about in the last live stream as well. There were some secret practice pulls in Dubai, which shows that Denis Siplenkov may already be top 5 in the world. Like, you give Denis a month or two and he's top 5 in the world. This is what those secret practice pulls were saying. Maybe Levan heard about it. That is why he said that his team is not showing the whole picture. He's already in really good shape. And he was not asked about John versus Denis Siplenkov, but he himself answered that he believes that John Brzezinski does not stand any chance against Levan Saginashvili, which I think is correct. Maybe you can also mention against Denis Siplenkov. Maybe you can also mention in the comments, do you think John Brzezinski can beat Levan? I somehow doubt that. Levan got paid for saying that. Paid for saying what? What important competition? I'm talking about a practice poll in Dubai when Denis Siplenkov was there. I was asked not to reveal that data, but Denis is strong. Like, Denis is strong. I would just say that out of everyone who was there in Dubai, Dennis did not feel anyone. Of course, other than Vitali and Dave Chaffee, because those two were tired. So then he was asked about signing t-shirts by Engin Terzi. Can he sign 200 t-shirts? I've already uploaded a clip about that on the East versus West channel, and I'll be uploading more. So if you want the actual footages, you'll have to go to that channel, and I'll keep on posting that. So he was asked whether he can sign 200 t-shirts or not, and he did say that he's working specifically for that, of course in a joking way. And he said that signing 200 t-shirts is going to be much more difficult than beating Devon Larratt, which was really, really funny. Engin was also laughing really hard. That clip was really interesting. And still you see the title of the video. He's saying that beating Devon was easier than signing 200 t-shirts, and still he did say that day at King of the Table 4, no one else could have beaten Devon Larratt. He was strong. I don't know why he said that, because from what we have seen from him till now, Levan was kind of saying that Devon wasn't that strong, but now he's saying that no one except him could have beaten Devon Larratt on that day. Do you agree with this statement or not? Please let me know. Is Dennis back on PDs? Probably. I would say till now he may be just on a high dose of TRT. This is possible. So, two questions for you guys. John versus Dennis, who is going to win? And is Levan telling the truth when he's saying that no one else could have beaten Devon Larratt that day? Is Levan trolling? Maybe. But he looked serious. That is for sure. I'm still trying to think about that statement, because when people were talking about that brief stop, I think people are saying yes, it was a pin. I also said multiple times that it was a pin, but when Devon went into his king's move, there was a stop right at the time where his hand touched the pad. So Devon's hand touched the pad, it didn't go any below, it just barely touched the pad, so it was a pin, and it kind of stopped there. If it was a WL pin pad, which is lower, WL pin pad is a couple of centimeters lower than regular pin pads, then maybe that could have been a 3-4 second stop before Levan Saginashvili got to pin him. And Levan was saying that now, earlier he used to hear a lot of blah blah about how Vitali stopped him in the first round. Now he's worried that he's going to hear, wow, Devon also stopped you in first round. But now it was kind of opposite. He was saying in that interview that yes, Devon was really strong and no one else could have beaten him. So after that, he was asked about facing Hermes Gasparini, whether he would like to face Hermes or not. He said that if Hermes is able to beat Dave Chaffee, then he would for sure love to have a match with him. I think this situation is quite clear. Levan has already demolished Dave Chaffee 6-0. If Hermes Gasparini loses to Dave Chaffee, there is absolutely no sense in making Levan pull Hermes. So, which was quite clear. And if Dave Chaffee beats Hermes, then also I don't think we should put up Dave Chaffee against Levan Saginashvili. You tell me in the comments, what do you think about this situation? Then, because if you are someone who would like to see some arm wrestler near to Levan's level, then you better hope, then you better pray that Hermes Gasparini beats Dave Chaffee 3-0. Because in the first couple of rounds, no one else has beaten Dave Chaffee. If we talk about Devon Larratt and Michael Todd, they used to beat Dave Chaffee in WL setup, but that was more than 3 years ago. Right now, nobody beats Dave Chaffee in the first couple of rounds. So if that happens, if Hermes Gasparini does that, then it is quite clear that Hermes is clearly the closest to Levan Saginashvili. He still may be very far behind, that he cannot do anything with him, but he will for sure be the closest. And this is why, just for this reason, that Levan is not that much untouchable. Of course, I would love to see Levan win in that match if it happens against Hermes, but it will show us that someone is at least close. So Hermes versus Dave Chaffee, that was the discussion. Then he was asked in a super chat that why doesn't he arm wrestle more often? And we answered it here. Who are the opponents? And Levan said it in a different way. He said that he has this kind of promise to himself or oath that he will not lose even a single round in his career. So no matter who the opponent is, he would like to arm wrestle. He would like to train a lot give his 100%, really peak hard for a competition, just so he's sure that he doesn't lose even a single round. Engin asked him what if he loses on fouls, what if he's in a dominant position and he accidentally fouls out. To which Levan said that he'll accept it as a loss unless the referee messed up the decision. PEP is saying, yeah, if Hermes loses, I think Devon is for sure number two. Okay, Mikhail Merkelov, the higher you speak of those you have defeated, the higher you speak of yourself. I agree. I agree. The same thing that Jerry was saying, and I do not agree with Jerry at all. When Jerry defeated Gennady, Jerry just came back from a 3-year break. He had not arm wrestled anyone. He had never arm wrestled Gennady Kukuinia, and he was saying that I can bet money with anyone that the Gennady I faced would have beaten anyone else on the planet except Levan. Jerry has said that probably 10 times, which Mikhail was saying early on exactly. The higher you speak of the opponents that you have defeated, the higher you speak of yourself. I agree with you, brother, 100%. Yeah, I thought about that when Levan said Devon was number two. He was just complimenting himself. Correct, correct. So this could be the conclusion. I was also thinking, but I was not saying this publicly. I wanted to see what the chat is saying. Now a couple of guys have said the same. So I think I was also thinking the same. So after that, the topic was, so he doesn't arm wrestle because he doesn't want to lose any single round. And can Levan lose? Levan Saginashvili was asked, like, how do we beat Levan Saginashvili? Can anyone beat Levan? To which he said that only if he becomes lazy and if he stops training, which I think can be true, because everyone is saying, oh, Levan is not going to take care of himself for longer, he's abusing PDs. I do not agree with this statement because Levan is very smart and I think he will be getting offers in other industries as well. He's already doing movies. He was asked to do Dancing with Stars in Georgia. He's going to keep getting these offers even more in the future. So I think when Levan does not have enough competition and he's defeated everyone from top 5, top 10 in the world, I think he will retire. He'll take a long break and may only do celebrity matches. We heard Levan say that in Neil Pickup's interview as well. I think we did hear him say that. So Dave Chaffee versus Levan Saginashvili. Engin's question was, what if there was a direct to strap rule? What if that match happens inside of straps? Because Dave Chaffee's fans were saying that they wanted to see the strap match between Dave and Levan. The outcome could have been different. Engin was also saying that you would have still won, but could there have been any difference? Engin asked to Levan Saginashvili. And Levan said that I would have beaten Dave Chaffee even more easier than that inside the straps. And the reason he gave for that is that when his opponents are trying to run away from him, he has to expend a lot of energy, lot of mind in trying to catch them, in trying to hold them. The same thing that happened with Ongarbayev. Ongarbayev was opening his wrist because he cannot apply any other pressure. He just needs to contain his opponents. If inside the straps, he can just go sideways and apply his full force. And he thinks that he could have beaten Dave Chaffee even easier inside the straps. Okay, there you have it. And I also do not agree with this. The fans will say whatever they want to say. They were saying that they want to see Dave Chaffee versus Levan inside a hook as well. Dave would have beaten. Levan was offering Dave Chaffee the hook. Dave Chaffee didn't go there. And still fans were saying that they wanted to see it go in a hook. Maybe Dave could have won there. If Dave could have won there, he would have accepted that offer for sure. Opponents, who can beat Levan Saginashvili in the future? Who would Levan like to face in the future? Levan's answer was Revaz Lutidze. He thinks Revaz has the potential to reach at Levan's level. I don't know, man. These guys are just trying to change my mind. Everyone is saying that Revaz is already a monster. Revaz said that he's back at 80% of what he can be. And this is what I've been saying for some time now, that Revaz Lutidze probably is competing for the first time outside of a drug tested league. We saw Revaz compete in WAF, which is a drug tested league. And trust me, not all arm wrestlers. There are some guys are saying, well, all of the WAF guys are also juiced. They take everything they can. No, all arm wrestlers are not that smart to beat a drug test every time. No, I'm just not ready to believe that. and Rivas is competing outside of this drug tested environment for the first time, and he's looking different, he's looking massive, he's looking more solid. I'm not saying he's on anything, but he's looking different. He could be on something, and he's already a beast. Rivas at 40% beat Michael Todd, and now he's at 80%. Now everyone is saying that Rivas is going to destroy Artem Morozov. If that happens, then we are on to something special. So Rivas Lutidze and Hermes Gasparini. These are the two potential opponents that Levan is looking for. After pulling, very interesting. Levan Saginashvili is going as a special guest at East versus West 5 November 19th. Pay-per-view link is in the description, guys. Please purchase the pay-per-view. $15 for 15 matches. I'm sure Engin is going to find the 15th match as well. $1 per match. World-class matches, all of them. So please purchase the pay-per-view. And Denis Siplenkov is also going to be a guest. So I was wondering whether we are going to see some after pulls or not. But unfortunately, we are not going to see that. Levan did say that he is not going to do any after pulling because he worries that he might get injured. He's not in peak shape yet. He's not in peak form yet. And when you guys say that, I'm not talking about anyone specifically, but most of them say that, well, it is practice pull, it means nothing. World level, I'm talking about world level arm wrestlers do not want to be seen doing practice pulling while they are not peaked. So practice pulls do mean a lot. I think this is a very overused statement. Very overused statement. There are two overused statements that I've been saying, that I've been talking about in arm wrestling for almost 2 years now. First one is arm wrestling maths. A beats B, B beats C. It doesn't mean anything. No, if A just stonewalls B and B just stonewalls C right in the center, and even if the styles are also similar, like all of them are going in a hook, all of them are going in a top roll, of course arm wrestling math works. I think this is a ridiculous statement. People are saying that arm wrestling math doesn't work. And second of all, practice pulls don't matter. Those elite arm wrestlers who say it is practice pull, it doesn't mean anything. What they do, as soon as their match is announced, they immediately go and look into the practice pulls. Immediately they try to find some common opponents. Okay, I faced this B guy. Has he faced this guy? No, there is no actual competition. Can I find some practice pulling footages? Yes, there is some practice, and they'll be glued to the screen. I'm telling you because I know this. And then when they are in public, they will go on to say that practice pulls don't mean anything. Why are you analyzing them when you have a match? Just to figure out what style your opponent is going to use? Then of course it does matter. So he fears injury. This is why he's not going to arm wrestle after pull at East versus West, and he's also not peaked for it. Farid Osmanli versus Gennady Quickvinia. Engin was saying that he is planning to set up this match, Farid Osmanli versus Gennady, in the January event. So we may very well see this. 90% possibilities. Farid Gennady. Farid has a good top roll. Gennady does not have a very good defense against a top roll. Could be interesting. Farid may need a press to finish the match. Jerry. Levan probably got most excited about this live stream when the Jerry conversation was brought up. So he was asked about Jerry Cadret's match. Who could have been a more difficult match for Levan Saginashvili? Was it Jerry Cadret or was it Hermes Gasparini? Or is it Hermes Gasparini? And I don't exactly remember what Levan answered this, but he wanted to say Jerry. He said Jerry. I want to face Jerry. Engin, please remind him that he was willing to bet a car. So Levan Saginashvili wants Jerry's Corvette. He wants that car. And after that, when he just he was about to end the live stream, he was still saying that, yes, Engin, please remind Jerry. I want his car. So Levan is after Jerry's car, and of course he's very confident that he's going to beat him. So Jerry, Hermes done. Then after this, all of this, he said the same thing about Devon that we discussed earlier, because many people are going to click off if I don't discuss that topic in the beginning. But he did say that nobody would have beaten Devon Larratt on that day except for me. Levan Saginashvili, why isn't he active on YouTube? This question was asked by a fan, and of course I am very interested in these topics. Levan said that he wants to have a standard for his YouTube channel. There were two videographers for him. One of them has gone abroad for some work or something, and the other one is also taking a leave or off work. I think one of them is in USA and the other one is somewhere else. So there are no videographers available for Levan Saginashvili. This is why he's not uploading anything. And it is not, and I agree. I'm happy with him. Whenever I bring up the topic of Devon Larratt's YouTube channel, people always say that, well, you don't know. We like Devon's raw videos. This is what we love Devon for. No, you're just trying to act as if you know about this topic. No, you clearly don't. Watch Devon Larratt's channel, 500 plus thousand subscribers, and watch the views he's getting, 15,000, 20,000. I interviewed Devon Larratt, and part 2, remember, part 2 always gets less views. Part 2 was uploaded on my channel, part 1 was uploaded on Devon's channel. The part 2 on my channel, when I had like less than 10,000 subscribers, got more views than the first part on Devon's channel. Watch all of his videos. Like, the subscriber to viewers ratio out of all the elite arm wrestlers on Devon's channel is worst. Is worst. He's not working on the thumbnails. You just cannot go away with the algorithm. I even talked with Devon Larratt about this topic, that why I don't want to see who you are interviewing, but whenever you are interviewing someone, please put your own face. Like, you cannot get away with this. You are something that the algorithm supports. You cannot post Paul Italia's photo or my photo in an interview and expect to get as many views. Just post your own photo as well. Devon's channel is very, very poorly managed. This is why I was sad, but I also was happy that Levan has high standards for his channel, and his videos that are really good edited. If he's doing workouts and stuff, anything, even if he's giving reaction to a video, he's getting like 200,000-300,000 views. And now time has changed. Now when Levan comes back, he'll be getting 500,000 views on his videos. I actually do prefer Devon's stream of consciousness videos, as long as this. But why everyone is saying we like these kind of videos, but why are they not watching? Some of Devon's videos are getting like 10, 12,000 views. I'm not sure why is it happening. If everyone is saying they like this stuff, then why don't you watch? Why don't you share? You cannot cheat YouTube's algorithm. If you're watching, if you're liking, if you're watching till the end, sharing, it will get views. So Matt Mask versus Sandres. Bacho Saginashvili, 19-year-old boy from Georgia. Levan said that even Bacho Saginashvili would beat Matt Mask. Man, people are really going after Matt Mask. I do not know what the reason for that is. Like Lachlan Adair is also always after Matt Mask, always trying to call him out. And now even Levan was saying like no topic at all. Just what is your prediction about Sandres versus Matt Mask? Levan is like, well, Bacho Saginashvili is my cousin. He's 19 years old, and he will also beat Matt Mask. That was kind of funny. Of course, kind of disrespectful towards Matt, but I found it funny. I've never seen Bacho, I don't know how to pronounce it, Saginashvili arm wrestle. I've never seen him. Levan disrespecting Matt second time in my memory. Second time, Mikhail, please mention what was the first time. I don't know. So Levan about Devon's shape. Okay. Now again, that the last point was Levan Saginashvili wants Jerry Cadret once again. So thank you very much for bearing with me, guys. 23 minutes. I'm going to read comments now. So in about 30 minutes, I'll end this live stream. Saludos, Jesus M. Sabin will destroy everyone. Sabin was struggling to pin Larry Wheels. Sabin is so weak. Hi Pradeep Kalmagod. Hi brother. I'm sorry, I'm going to miss a lot of comments. Old school labs, guys. You're not purchasing the supplements. If you want to buy supplements, consider Old School Labs, AWNEWZ, 15% off. They really talk too much politic. I think it should be made battle royal arm wrestler. Someone, okay. Dennis is really strong. Dennis is stupid strong right now. Stupid strong already. Even without peaking, if you ask him to arm wrestle today, he's top 10 easy. Dennis is not ready for Levan yet. I don't think Dennis can be ready for Levan ever. But the peak Denis Siplankov, his arm was really strong and he had that King's move as well. That could have been interesting if Levan had to press through it, or if he could have just top rolled through it. If Levan says he's strong, must be. August Matthews is saying. Exe de nouveau. Larratt is very good athlete, okay. Pradeep, Levan's statement doesn't make sense. It literally contradicts what he said earlier. He is clearly hyping up his own win of being nice. Yeah, or being nice. I agree. I agree. There was also a stop in sixth round of Levan versus Ongarbayev. Doesn't mean that Levan was in trouble at any point. Timmy Turner is saying, I agree. I do not remember if there was any stop or not. Okay, there must be if you're saying. Probably some truth to it, but saying it will be himself. Okay. Let me skip some comments. Give Khalid some vitamin S. Then him versus Levan. Devon is number 2 if he beats someone, not if Dave does. Good point, Faith. All right. PPV 100% worth it. Please buy. Practice pulls don't matter because people are super fatigued in any given practice. You can be way stronger peaked. I agree somewhat, but not always. This is not always the case. Like if Alex Kodecha went to Devon Larratt's home, he literally went to his home and started destroying him left-handed. Like, what do you get out of it? Will you try to imagine different situations as to why Devon couldn't have performed well? Let's take it from the legendary guys and advice. Yeah, let's take it from the legendary guys that most recently pulled him. Good advice in my opinion. Okay. Clerks 93, Imran Jakir. Performance enhancing pancakes. Devon's videos that have Levan in the title or something get a ton of views. The issue is that if the titles video like, yeah, 1525 2022. Yes, I agree. He'll title a video My Thought Today. Yes. It can work. It can work with really high, like viral stars, like people who are really, really famous. And trust me, guys, you might think that what I'm saying, but Devon Larratt is nowhere near as popular as some of the other, and maybe you already know this. When we are just talking about arm wrestling, we think, wow, Devon Larratt is the internet sensation, but he isn't. Dennis is in the best years, had very strong side pressure. Now he's top rolling and kings moving. Exia De Novo with a $2 super chat. Thank you very much, brother. Pradeep, which state are you from? I've answered this question like at least 10 times. I am originally from Haryana, but brought up in Uttar Pradesh. Pradeep, only fans greater than Larry. Larry only did that for 1 year. Pradeep, is that true? You are starting an OnlyFans page. Yes, it is true. It is true. You guys missing out on Larry Wheels OnlyFans. He did that only for 1 day, I think. So Dennis never really had side pressure. He's all biceps pushkar because people say that his hand is so thick that he just cannot cup. Even now you see in the practice pulls, he's easy to open up, but then he stays there. Then he stays there and brings you back. Dennis versus Sabin, set it up. No, not a match. Not a match. My man is really starting an OnlyFans. Damn, get some, Pradeep. You live in Muradnagar, Shrey Pratap Rana. Yes. How do you know that? Pradeep, do you know when Dubai tournament footages will be uploaded? Adam Silver was asked about it. Clearly, there was a cameraman available there with a huge camera. So they recorded something. When they are going to post it, where they are going to post it, I'm not sure. Larratt fans are like, and the same reason I want to get back to that YouTube thing. People say, no, it is Devon. Are you out of mind? Are you crazy? Why would he do any editing? Or like I've always been saying for more than a year that Devon needs a videographer and an editor. He needs it. If he had it by now, he would have earned way more money now than what he's earning right now. Way more money from YouTube than what he's doing from actual arm wrestling. He could have easily done that. But no, he didn't do that. And fans were kind of attacking me for that. Brian Shaw. Don't you think Brian Shaw can just record stuff while laying on his bed, laying on his couch and upload? He can do that. Don't you think Eddie Hall can do that? These are the guys top of their game, just like Devon is top of his game and most famous as well. Eddie Hall is also one of the most famous strongmen. Larry Wheels, powerlifter. Can't he do that? Just lay on his bed and record and post videos and just upload with whatever thumbnail YouTube randomly selects for the videos. Of course Larry can do that. Then why are all of these guys, you can imagine, you take any strength sport or any other sport and give me one channel where the top, the most famous, the number one guy like Devon Larratt is for arm wrestling is just recording stuff and uploading on YouTube. Give me one example. I bet you cannot find. Then why is Devon Larratt the exception? I think we should kind of force Devon to hire a videographer and editor. Exia De Novo again with the $2 super chat. Thank you, brother. Could Levan beat two elite guys at once in 10 round? 10 round against a single guy? Then it may be difficult. But I think yes, right now the gap seems to be very much. Like if Dave versus Hermes is close, or if Dave beats Hermes, then I would say yes, Levan would beat any of the top five guys, two of them back to back. I think he can do that. Strap on, everyone. All right, 31 minutes. Devon does not have a video title. Why that he has 600k? Devon does have a video title. Why that? I don't understand this comment. Sorry. So thank you very much, guys. I really appreciate you all. Mikhail Merkulov. Denis's fans in Russia are kind of similar to Devon's ones. The thing about them is they are kind of no word. Okay, don't follow arm wrestling closely, and because that makes ridiculous statements. And no offense to the arm wrestling community, but I would say arm wrestling fans are very uneducated about the sport. Maybe it is the same with every with every growing sport, because I remember watching cricket, and the amount of knowledge I have about arm wrestling right now, I had probably more knowledge about cricket when I was like 9 years old. If I compare my arm wrestling knowledge to my cricket knowledge, it could have been equal when I was 9 or 10 years old. And everyone is the same way. Everyone is the same way. The way people are betting, the way people are selecting teams for betting, like cricket fans know what kind of weather conditions is going to affect what kind of bowler or batsman. So how to select the side according to that. Like cricket fans are really educated, and probably in other sports as well, which are really big, fans are educated about the sport. But in arm wrestling, it is not the case. Like in WWE, we saw WWE, even now there is a good 30-40% population who wouldn't believe you if you tell them that WWE is scripted. Like it used to be like that when I was growing up. I don't know if people have gotten more educated because of internet or not, but you just sometimes think, like watching WWF at that time, it was, as a 6-year-old, I could tell very easily that yeah, it is scripted, but I still enjoy it. But there were some 20, 30, 40 years old who would just try to kill you if you tell them that WWE is scripted. This will increase your side pressure. Like he has a video, the title is why. Okay, so classic Devon video, bad title, not structured. Yes, titles are very poor, thumbnails are very poor. WWE is fake, JR Williams. Yes, exactly. Great, funny comment. So thank you very much, guys. I'm going to end this live stream here. Please like the video if you can. Thank you very much. Dennis was popular in Russia before arm wrestling. He was in strongman competitions and even on TV sometimes. Many fans think that he never lost. WWE is real, Pradeep. Don't tell me that is it. It is scripted. Neil Hans is saying he also thought that it is real. Thank you very much, guys. Bye.